The first crack appeared at 7:42 a.m., when my phone buzzed with a message meant for someone else. It vanished before I could read it, replaced by my wife's smile as she slid coffee across the counter and said, "You're imagining things again." That was the refrain, gentle, confident, practiced. I believed her because believing felt safer than questioning the life we'd built. But as I drove to work, the silence in the car felt louder than the radio. By nightfall, I would realize that the truth hadn't just been hidden, it had been living alongside me. We'd been married 7 years, together nearly 10, the kind of couple friends used as examples. We shared calendars, streaming passwords, and a dog named Milo who slept between us. She worked late at a marketing firm, I managed logistics for a warehouse across town. Our routines were predictable: Sunday groceries, Wednesday takeout, Friday laundry. Money was tight but manageable, and we were saving for a house. She used to text me memes during meetings. Lately, the text slowed. When I asked, she'd laugh, kiss my cheek, and say, "Busy season, babe." Trust came easily to me because I grew up in a family where secrets were treated like betrayals. She knew that. We promised honesty early on, even about uncomfortable things. When my job changed shifts, she adjusted without complaint. When her mother got sick, I drove 3 hours every other weekend. We weren't perfect, but we were solid, or so I thought. The stakes felt enormous because our lives were woven together in quiet ways: joint accounts, shared friends, future plans scribbled on a fridge calendar in blue marker. Looking back, the warning signs were small enough to ignore. New passwords. A second charger in her car. A sudden interest in evening runs that never included me. When I joked, "Training for a marathon without me," she replied, "I just need space sometimes." That word, space, settled uncomfortably. Still, she swore there was no one else. "I would never do that to you," she said once, eyes steady. I believed the steadiness meant truth, not rehearsal. The suspicion grew the night she came home with a receipt from a bar across town we'd never visited together. The timestamp read 10:18 p.m., a night she claimed to be at the office. I asked casually, "How was work?" She hesitated a fraction too long before answering, "Exhausting." When I mentioned the bar, she shrugged. "Client meeting." The explanation felt thin, but I let it pass. Later, while she slept, her phone buzzed again. I didn't look. I told myself restraint was trust. 2 weeks later, a charge appeared on our credit card for a hotel near the airport. I stared at the app, my thumb hovering. When I asked, she sighed. "Conference room rental. They bill weird." She sounded annoyed, like I'd inconvenienced her. "Why are you tracking me?" she asked. That flipped the script, and I apologized. Still, I started noticing patterns: calls taken outside, laundry done separately, cologne I didn't wear lingering on her jacket. My chest tightened with questions I was afraid to ask. The breaking point came through Milo. I took him to the vet early one morning and ran into a neighbor who smiled too knowingly. "Your wife's friend is great with dogs," she said. "The tall guy?" My stomach dropped. "What guy?" I asked. She frowned. "The one who walks Milo on Thursdays." Thursdays were her late nights. At home, I checked the camera we'd installed for the dog. The footage showed a man unlocking our door like he belonged there. I watched clips from months back, my hands shaking. The man cooked, watched TV, even folded laundry. He slept on our couch at first, then disappeared into our bedroom after I left for work. I felt sick, betrayed by the mundane intimacy of it all. When she came home that night, I asked quietly, "Who is he?" She froze. "What are you talking about?" I turned the tablet toward her. She whispered, "It's not what it looks like." That was when I knew everything had already changed. We sat at the kitchen table until midnight. She admitted his name was Aaron, someone she'd met through a coworker. "It just happened," she said, crying. "I didn't mean for it to go this far." I asked, "How long?" She hesitated. "Since spring." "Months." While I planned anniversaries, he planned dinners in my home. She insisted, "There's no one else now." I ended it. I laughed, a hollow sound. "You ended it today," I said. "Because you got caught." Then came the twist I didn't expect. Aaron wasn't just an affair, he was living a double life. She showed me messages where he claimed to be single, traveling for consulting work. In reality, he had a partner across town and a newborn son. He'd rotate stories, schedules, lies. "I didn't know," she sobbed. I believed her ignorance but not her innocence. The betrayal multiplied, not just against me, but against multiple lives. I realized the secrecy wasn't a mistake, it was a system. I confronted Aaron the next day, meeting him in a grocery store parking lot. He looked ordinary, almost bored. "She told you?" he asked. I said, "You lived in my house." He shrugged. "She invited me." That was it, no apology, no shame. I recorded the conversation and sent it to his partner anonymously. It felt cruel, but necessary. Truth deserved daylight. When I told my wife what I'd done, she whispered, "You ruined everything." I replied, "You did." The aftermath was quiet devastation. She moved to her sister's place with 2 suitcases. Our friends split into careful factions. Milo whined at the door every Thursday. I closed the joint account, changed the locks, canceled subscriptions we shared. Some nights, I replayed moments